Merry Christmas!
Hi, welcome to a special Independence Day edition of Can a Spader Christmas. Now, for those that don't know, Independence Day is a national holiday in the United States commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, well before most of you were born. Now, according to Wikipedia, it's commonly associated with fireworks, parades, barbecues, carnivals, fairs, picnics, concerts, baseball games, and family reunions. The key word being fireworks. So, in observance of Independence Day, I'm going to perform an experiment. Now, before we get started, please do not attempt to perform this experiment yourself. This video and any information contained therein are presented for entertainment purposes only. I accept no responsibility for any damage or personal injury that may occur from attempting this yourself. So, what's the experiment? I have a single 12 volt, 348 watt power supply connected to 875 nodes of RGB pixels. The power supply has an efficiency rating of 83%, so we have 29 amps to power pixels. The other 17% coming in from the wall is turned into heat. 875 nodes at 100% white should pull around 52.5 amps, far exceeding the maximum capacity of a single power supply. Now, typically in our shows, we have colors, meaning you're not pulling the maximum amount of power that the pixels can pull. So you may not be in a situation where you're hitting the maximum current capabilities of your power supply. Also, anytime you reduce brightness, the power requirements go down. I've found that 30% brightness is plenty of light for my display. This power supply has overcurrent protection, so when it hits its current limit, it starts reducing voltage to maintain that current limitation. So we're probably not going to see fireworks come out of this power supply. I have a second power supply that's a little cheaper than the Meanwell. It's 360 watt rated at 30 amps. It's also got overcurrent protection. I have a separate 5 volt power supply powering the Falcon F16 V3 controller, so it's isolated from the experiment. It doesn't pull any power from the supply powering the pixels. I've got power injected at the beginning and end of each string. Okay, here's the power supply, the 12 volt Meanwell power supply. Keep an eye on the voltage. We will start with 10% brightness. I'll turn that on. And keep an eye on this guy. This is node number 875. This is number 1 down here. This is 875. Watch the voltage. We're at 100% down to 8 volts. The funny thing is, this power supply, the fan is not even moving yet. Now, I think, so that side got a little bit warm, but it actually did a pretty good job until I got to about 90%, and then the voltage started dropping down. The current protection was kicking in, the power supply was doing its job. It's obviously exceeding what the power supply can do, but it's holding up pretty well. So let's gear up for the second experiment. Now, as you can see, with this second power supply, I'm taking a few extra precautions. I've got a little enclosure built around the power supply, and I have this kind of emergency cord connected to the plug so that I can stand back, and if I need to pull it out of the wall, I can easily do that. The reason being is I did this experiment earlier and I saw some weird results. We'll see if we see them again or if we get fireworks. The first thing you'll notice is the fan comes on. Okay, so this is 10%, 20%, Watch the voltmeter, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, and 100%. And notice the voltmeter does not move. Pull my little ripcord there. So there is definitely an electrical smell coming from that power supply. The thing is, I don't know if this thing is current limiting or not. It's the same capacity as the mean well, but that voltage stayed the same. And that kind of concerns me a little bit as far as the protection circuit's concerned. Plus, I'm smelling something electrical, so I'm thinking that the power supply did the best it could to put out maximum power and would have just fried itself. I think it's kind of one of those you get what you pay for kind of deals. The Meanwell power supplies are a little bit more expensive, but they seem to work better. So there it is. Not that exciting. That little power supply would have probably just burned a component out. May have seen a little smoke, but I don't think there would have been any sparks or anything. I hope you're enjoying your Independence Day. I hope you found this information useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
I am invincible!
Yes.